sisters and brothers in Christ. Over this next season, I'm inviting you all to join me in walking the Wessex Way, a journey of discovery of where our God is leading us, a path shaped by learning, serving, growing, and loving, and that together we will discover more of what God is doing now in this place and in our own time. Through travelling as pilgrims along some ancient trails, my hope is that we will see the living legacy of faith in our diocese as we seek to grow his kingdom and share his love. Friends, I don't know if you've heard of the phrase Missio Dei, but it means mission of God. And theologians use this term to express the fact that God is always on the move, doing new things, and we have to catch up with him. The Christian faith is a moving, growing, dynamic faith. Jesus told his followers to go out into the world and make disciples of all nations. So many of the parables he told were about sowing and growing and harvesting, getting out there and fishing for people. So today I want us to consider this key Christian value of growing, of mission. Today I begin a new journey through the parish of Andover, a newly formed parish made up of ancient and more modern churches that's recently been brought together and is now intentionally seeking the growth of God's kingdom here through many exciting projects. We start our pilgrimage here at St Michael's, Knights Enham, which is one of the churches that's been brought into the new parish. And we can see how in this place, growing doesn't have to mean one size fits all or making everything the same. So David, tell us a bit about the particular character of this church and how it fits into the vision for the wider parish.
I'm amazed that this place has such a deep sense of place and of history. This place has stood here for nearly 1,000 years and has stood testament to the grace of God through many different eras and stages. And I'm amazed that we have lots of occasional offices here, and many of the children who are baptised, their parents have been married here or grandparents have been buried here. And if the walls could speak, I'm sure it would testify of something of the nature of God that is unchanging in what is a very changing world. But the reason this was built was because there were some springs nearby. And I like to think of this place as almost like a spiritual spring where the waters of life come up and we're fed through that. I wonder if it's the oldest building in Andover, and it's a tiny little hidden away church, but it holds beauty and it's a great place to be.
It's a lovely place to be. Thank you so much.
So on a Monday, we take the bus to St Michael's, West Andover, and park up outside the church. So all the students coming from John Hansen School, lots of them get on. They have tea and cake, coffee, squash, hot chocolate is the absolute favourite. We have a chance to talk to them, and 70 odd children get us talking to them about the church.
And built up relationships.
Absolutely.
So is it always the same people on the bus?
No.
Same team?
Same team.
Yeah.
Absolutely the same team.
Yeah, so there's continuity of relationship.
Oh yes, they all know that I'm the hot chocolate lady. And I've perfected the art. So yes, it's amazing. I mean, we have one boy said, "It's so lovely to come here. We know it's safe. We know that it's..." And
that just
that
warms your heart.
It does.
Yeah.
It does. That he feels safe here.
Lovely.
So yes, it's been a great mission really. So it's amazing.
Yeah.
It's just growing. It's just lovely.
Good to be with you, Sam.
Good to be a bishop.
Thank you. Sam, you're Associate Minister of the Parish of Andover, and you live on this patch here. So this area has grown presumably hugely, is that right?
It has. So I live on Austa Park, And as you can see behind me is a building site, and there's 3 of these actually in the town. And the hope is in the next few years there'll be at least another 20,000 people, which will bring the town to at least 70,000 people living in the town of Andover. And what we see is stories that haven't yet been told, which for us is an opportunity as well as a challenge.
Yeah.
And I think the opportunity is to be a presence in these communities, to love them, which is why we have the bus, going around different parks. We have the youth group, which you'll see, where we meet as young people. And for us, it's opportunities to hear these stories, but also to tell the bigger story of the love of God in all these places that we live in.
Fantastic.
And some of the research around Gen Z suggests really the idea of ownership and of belonging comes from doing it themselves. So we want it to be for the young people, by the young people. Yeah. And then it's something that's where their leadership's going to
And
go.
it's, that
their discipleship will grow too, I think.
absolutely, and that's about mission with, not
Yeah,
mission,
that's right.
not simply
Yeah.
mission to, isn't it?
Yeah.
Here we are inside St Mary's Andover, and it's important to say, I think, that St Mary's has been in receipt of some significant funding. And Sam, just looking at the inside of the church, what's that funding enabled to have happen?
So the restructuring happened from, I believe, 2019. I'm only new in the parish about 2 years, but for us personally, I feel because this is the church for the town.
Yeah.
It's a church that gathers, but also a church that goes out in the community. So there's that sense of flexibility for those who use it on a regular basis, but also those who use it once in a while.
Yeah.
And I would say there's a comment I've heard from someone, being because it's a church of the town, who's, came up to us and said, somebody said to me, if I need help, I need to go to St. Mary's. And there's that message of if you need help within the town, go to St. Mary's. The sense of, spiritual help, social help, emotional help, all that. And it's not, it's town-wide.
So it's not just been about the refurbishment of the building, it's been kind of about the refurbishment of the church's mission.
Yeah. And you've exactly that. It's mission that, I've said it earlier, that we are a parish, we are a church that's parochial, but also missional. Taking the church to where people are, but having that sense of presence within the building as well.